Hey guys, this is your girl, DJ Finest, and welcome to Pepper Chair Show. Today is exciting. Today we got our full panelist here. We got Lizzie International here. We got Isaac, the blogger here. We got Jitumu Koli. So today we got the full crew here today. So thank you guys so much for joining. Stay tuned. We got great topics. I can't wait for us to dive into our conversation, but I'll let my co-hosts introduce themselves. But do you guys want me to play something first?
Oh, sure. You can
All
do
right,
that.
guys, let's play something before we start.
Let's do this.
So DJ Finest, we don't hear the music on our side, unfortunately.
You don't hear the music?
No.
Oh, yeah, we are not. So I think we can move on with that.
Yes, let's move on. So, hey everybody, my name is Lizzie International. I am back. I am excited. This is Pepper Chair Live. We've got the whole team today. This is amazing. Unfortunately, I was sick. I'm back. I'm ready to grind. Let's get our Aquafina and grab a friend, hit that like, share button, and don't forget, we all love you.
Hi, welcome to Pepper Chair. This is your boy Jutumo Escoli, and I'm live from Liberia, West Africa. It feels good to be here with the entire crew, and in a very special way, we would like to say welcome, man, Lizzie. Hope you have invited someone to listen with you already. I'm here cruising already.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm the blogger as a currently based in West Africa, Liberia. Welcome to Pepe Chair Show, your favorite show. We are happy to receive one of our co-hosts back on track today. She's gonna crown for the seventh today. Like we're gonna have many interesting topics today. So stay tuned as we go through our amazing show. I'm the blogger Aze. I'm always here to give you great thought of the topic. So keep posted. Let's get it started.
Yes. So, guys, today we are live on YouTube. I believe we're also live on Facebook. I'm going to check that to make sure. But welcome once again. It's great to have you back, Lizzie.
Thank you.
I hope you guys all, your week is starting out super, including our audience. So let me just dive into the first topic. Last week, a very, very tragic accident took place in Mama, Liberia. I believe it was on one of our highways out there. Very bad. We lost about 10 people, including a child. So this accident, from what we saw, had a lot to do with just are we following our driving rules in Liberia, or the road regulations, or let's talk about how the roads are so bad that it's just like safety is a problem on the roads. We got drivers that are driving, whether they drank alcohol, whether they didn't drink alcohol, we are not knowing what exactly happened with the accident, whether these guys even have a driver license. They did take the proper training before they got on the roads. So for me, I want to know from you guys. Accidents happens everywhere, and we talk about it, and we try to work on the safety measures in Liberia when accidents like this happen. Do you guys see any changes, anything that maybe the government or someone's doing to kind of make sure that situation that is not going to reoccur? Are you guys seeing that in Liberia?
Okay, that's great. We appreciate you for that great topic and concern on our country, Liberia. You know, this kind of thing we always say like government need to have proper control on this thing because I may not say 100% this thing work like what the name about road signs, travel be prepared if they went through the full lesson before getting on the road. That is not obviously 100%. It's just like 60% because most of the travel I've been seeing in the field of driving on the road, majority of them they are not capable of like professional driver. That's one of the things I've been seeing. Like going to a professional school, getting their document. If someone come to them, do you have a document for a driving school? 60% will only show the house. The panel 40 would not be able because most of them in Liberia, how we learn is my friend. If my friend know how to drive, I go to him, put him behind the steering, we go on the feet, we turn around, show me how to accelerate, check brake, all that stuff. That's how majority learn in Liberia. And in doing so, talking about the road signs in Liberia, we don't have that. Yeah, we don't have majority of that there. The only time you see some of these road signs is when you go on the highway, most especially Kagatan Highway, many highways in Liberia, only time, but in the city, it say you hardly see some of these signs. And one of the things I've been seeing the PD because I've been going to town in the heart of the country Morovia, like the street light where you're gonna see red, orange, and green stop, middle stop, all that stuff. Some place on the traffic hand, these things are not working. Some spots. So some drivers do not take it necessary. Some drivers do not respect police that try to maintain this thing, saying the street light is not working anymore. If some driver blow whistle to a car says stop, you'll see them running, disrespecting the police officer rules and going straight through. Yeah, and some of these things are things that government need to take seriously. If the old one spoil, you guys need to bring new one and replace them. But we are not seeing such thing. We are not seeing the traffic unit bringing putting some of the things in place for every street to have this sign for driver to know. And if only this sign be there again, 100% of these drivers do not know of this sign. They don't know of the sign. They will just see like kindergarten children. I see picture in big people. They don't know the meaning of the picture. They just look at the picture because the picture is there. That's how I see it. So things have to work out. Government have to start in up there and work on some of the things for us to avoid accident because many of the things are bring a lot of accident into our country, unconditional accident, bad accident. So I think time will come, we'll get these things in place.
Yeah, I would just like to jump into what Isaac said real quick. I agree with Isaac. The issue of safety is a serious challenge in Liberia when you speak about transportation. Health and safety in general. Firstly, like Isaac said, we have drivers lessening, let me just say lessening. The issue about lessening in Liberia to be called a driver here is easy, not just like America or any area that you have to consume certain driving manual, then you go and see the test before you be lessened. Here, that's not the case. You can stay home if you know any relative that works at Ministry of Transport and you have money, you pay for it and send all of the passports and photos and things. We see it coming to you, and that's very bad. I think going forward, there should be a special regulatory body that will be set up for lessening people. To be called a lessening driver, I mean, there are certain things now that got to be to your mind, like adherence to traffic rules and vehicle maintenance too. Because one thing I've seen in Liberia that is the cause for normally some traffic related accidents here is the issue of having cars that are no longer road worthy to be on a road. We have some vehicles that are no longer road worthy. You see them, I mean, they look very old, very deep. deplorable, and they are not even good for the road anymore. But you see them going there, like the case of the accident we just spoke of recently. If you see the video that one satellite captures certain part, you will see the truck leaving uphill like it has no longer brake capacity. I mean, just hitting things, taking them from the road as soon as they have lost control. Cars that are not to be in the street are no longer to be there. And the Ministry of Transport or any other body responsible for transportation should work it out and say, hey, this car is no longer roadworthy. Get it out of the street. Sometimes it is not about the skills of the driver, but it is about the worth of the car. Certain cars, I don't care how you just handle them in that kind of congested environment, they are subject to accident. And another thing is about people being familiar with traffic signs. Unlike other developed countries, for Liberia, you don't see many traffic signs except for a few areas that around the single bill and stuff like that. In fact, people themselves sometimes try to get rid of these traffics, things standing on the road to build nearby small businesses. Like, oh, you coming to stay and pull here, I should be here selling. I mean, so they are not familiar with it, and you don't see things like red stop doing, things that are on the road directing, but rather you see human beings getting the work done. And human beings, they sometimes get tired, especially the people lack the justice. Some of those you see directing traffic don't even have cars, they take back to go to work. So where there is a traffic up street, it takes time for them to go there. And so now some of them even be tired because they are swapping process, don't even be, smooth. So all of these things cause problems. And the driving schools too. Some people, like as they said, just go and learn from their friends. And you see them driving in the street. And also, there are some driving schools here, like during this political season now, DJ Finance, you see some driving schools here that run for just 1 month. I don't know how many weeks they will take for practical, how many weeks they will take for theory, I don't know. But you will see them with your driving certificates all around saying they are graduated from driving school. And after a few days, you will see that man in the street saying he driving. He don't care to have driving lessons. Because when the police officer see him, the first thing the police officer is going to ask for, where is your driving lesson? And I said, no, for sure. The only thing that man going to give back is not driving lesson, but he's going to give me $100. And that will be the end of that conversation. It been passed through. The moment that man give his lesson to that officer, the officer will hold fast to that lesson and he will not get it by very soon. So the issue of corruption need to be from our transport system, and we need to provide more education about traffic-related symbols and traffic rules. Some people get drunk and they enter the traffic to drive. Our traffic directors doing alcohol tests for drivers. I mean, you are not certified with someone that is over speeding. You chase them, you go and stop and say, hey, I want to talk to you. Will you mind? I mean, going through so and so examination, we are not satisfied. And you don't even see some digital communication system in role like, hey, Officer XYZ, Mr. This plate number, this just passed by me and you were over speeding. I'm very sure he will be around your point right now. Please check in out to know if he's still driving at 80 meters per day. If he's still over speeding, please stop him. But you don't see that. You just see one officer here. You go to the other side, see another person there. Communication is something very lacking. So I think we need to pay more attention to that. The citizens themselves too. There are certain points you see on the road, you see some lines that you have to cross the road. Meaning you don't just cross the road anywhere. There are certain places that students that pedestrians need to pass. And the moment anyone driving reach there, they will have to stop. But citizens will just leave the other side, they see car coming. Whoop, the moment they just see space, they just jump through it. And sometimes it causes accidents too. So education is the way, and I'm happy for this kind of conversation.
I know for me, I'm not in Liberia. I saw all the news. I woke up to it, and it breaks my heart because I saw pictures that disgust me. And Liberia might get mad at me for this, but I really don't care right now. If somebody is dying in front of you and you're recording, that you are a sick individual. You are a disgusting human being, because no human being should ever do that.
So, but Lizzie, I want to ask you, why you want for the person to do it? The person should jump in the fire too, the person.
No. I'm not saying that. Don't harm yourself, because your safety you got to be safe yourself also. But don't record somebody burning to death. That, Isaac, you know too. That's wrong. You know that.
Yeah, that's you.
I'm totally against that. And there were so many pictures that I'll admit I blocked it. I don't want to see pictures like that. Liberia knows better. They do. They know better. And I know if the tables were turned, there was horrific accident that happened in my country and I was recording, I know Liberia would come at me and say, "What are you doing? That's wrong. You don't do that." And they're right. They are right about that. So that kind of accident was very, very, very sad. I saw from Lucky Star, he was one of them, passed away. All of his mates came and did a little gathering. I know somebody, Rapzilla, that is one of our producers. I was worried because it shut that whole town down. It really hurt them. And so for me finally getting a hold of the person that I know, I asked him, "What is going on? What is your city okay? Like, that's bad." And he said, "You know what? We had a gathering. The churches are here helping people also." So I'm glad that I got that news. But as a parent, as a woman, as a human being, I don't want to see some other human being burning to death or see them flown out of the semi truck or the keket and be literally broken. That's not okay. You never ever show pictures like that. The truck and the keket, yeah, absolutely show that. People need to know, hey, this is what happened. The semi truck, the brakes went out, it hit cars in the keket, and it killed people. That's that. You don't need to give details of, oh, this person flew out and here's his burning body. Absolutely not okay. That's disgusting behavior. So I would suggest everybody that's showing, and I'll be honest, I posted it and I let everybody know, you guys, this is not acceptable. So I would hope that people would understand that those pictures aren't acceptable. You guys got to remember, there's moms and dads out there that just lost their husband, their wife, their kids. Look at Kobe Bryant. Vanessa had to fight and sue people because she didn't find out. She found out through social media that her husband was dead and her daughter, Gigi. So those are things that people need to also take into consideration. Like, you got to watch what you're posting, because what if, knock on wood, what if that was one of my family members and that's them burning? I would not want to see that at all. So I think there just needs to be more talk, more rules set in place. There needs to be how other countries have a driver DMV. That is where you go take your license test, you study, you get your test, you have somebody that is a licensed person that takes you to take your driving test to show you, yes, you passed or no, you didn't pass. So these are things that I definitely, Liberia needs, because I've seen too many accidents throughout the 13 years that I've been with my husband. I have seen so many different accidents happen in just stupid situations. Why was that semi truck? Why are you on the road if your brakes don't work? You should never be on the road if your brakes don't work. That truck should have been parked. Now that person is passed, and they killed also 9 other people. That's terrible. I can't even imagine what all these families are going through. So I hope all those families understand that I'm here for them. Pepper Chair is here for them, and we are so incredibly sorry for that situation.
It's an unfortunate situation, like you guys were talking about earlier. I mean, when we're talking about getting driver license in Liberia, I know it's not enforced, it's available, but it's not something that's enforced. And sometimes we say we have things available, but then the community don't know about it. Some people don't even know, sir, where to go and get driver license in Liberia, where to go take tests. So it's like the information, the lack of information, it's just something that's detrimental. I genuinely believe it's causing so much problem because our people need to know what they have in Liberia, So if there are rules that governing them in terms of the roads, where to drive, where not to drive, if you see a stop sign, or even if we don't have a stop sign, where are the areas we need to put stop signs, and this is the type of what you call that, representatives I've been talking about, because this is how your representatives, the people that are representing you, are they aware of the safety precautions, or maybe this area got a lot of children here, a lot of school areas, we need to put this here, we need to put that. I don't get it. In Liberia, they trying, they're not even trying. The only law I saw them pass about road was to open a special lane for lawmakers or government officials. When it comes to safety, to them, that was safe. Let our lawmakers, they get to work on time. Let's open a special. It's like, how is that going to impact the Liberian people? So for me, I think we need to enforce, there has to be more education on safety on our roads. There got to be a lot more education, whether in vernacular, whether in English. We need to give information to the people. So it hurts me because when you look at somewhere like Las Vegas, where they had a very tragic accident.
Before going forward, I want to correct you on a thing. You talk about information. I would say that government do things, but that is not like right to say the information. The information is here, but Ben, we Liberians are not going by it. That's just the truth. The information are here. Like every new thing, Ministry of Transport put out new strategy. They always promote it on national radio and other private radio. How to go get your lesson. How to go, like even the new rules that they put on, like motorcyclists should have their lesson for $25. They implement that. They put it on radio station. Like that Brian Jeffrey said, it was joke until the people put session on it and start arresting majority of these people back until they came to their set and start going for it. The information are there, but Liberians are hearing this information, some information. But how will we work with it? We let's just say let's easy thing. Like I will not see my brother here that know how to drive and think, then I don't want to pass in the long process. I say that's how I'll be long. Let me just start right and learn here quickly and think. That's how I'm looking. And look, on the other thing is that some people will not like to go pay the amount of money to get their lesson and things. That's it. But Kwame are putting this information on long profile and on long publicity for people to know about this. So I want to make it clear on that government provide information on these things.
Yeah, so Isaac, I have a dissenting view on that. It's about creating public trust sometimes. I'm not saying the awareness is not provided, but what's the essence of the awareness when the deputy minister or the assistant minister brother is exempted from abiding by the rules, for example, or the transport director brother is exempted from abiding by the rules. The issue is when you create laws, then everyone be subject to that law. Then it creates trust within the system. If you say lessening should go across for everyone, there should be no one exempted from it, and make sure that people abide. But why you think John will abide by this rule and Isaac refuses to abide by the rule? The issue is very simple. Is the law clear and enforced to all across? No. There will be people around rural Liberia, outside of Maserado. Do you have enforcement officers there? On a road don't have to be paved, or a road don't have to be an asphalt road or cemented road before you practice road safety. In fact, people who ride on those villages roads, like those roads are not paved. There are serious accidents that happen on those roads. Then even the paved ones around Monrovia we are here talking about. So what about the the availability of lessons at those places too. Only Moserado. So someone having information that you need to come for lesson is one thing, but making lesson available and affordable is just another big answer. Like now, I'm in Maryland. You know how much I would pay to come Moserado to come and get driver lesson from Ministry of Transport, Isaac? It is not about waitiness anymore. It's about availability. You need to create conditions to make people come for the services that you are talking about. Like we said the other day, that bro need to follow, they need to start decentralizing now. I mean, you in Ghana, you don't have to move from Kumasi to Accra to can get a driver lessons. They have services centers there that you can visit and try to get in from there. You start making it together, let people apply for them. Even if they can't get it, they see more, they do all the processing within Maryland. Then in certain time frame, you can send it by car, you can read and say, oh, all those are paid for this, I apply for it through our local office. Yeah, we see. You make it simple. So
yeah, but who told you that Ministry of Transport and stuff up there are not in these various countries? Who told you that? People have
what I'm saying. Isaac, having a sub office in the country is different, and doing insurance of driver lessons there is something very different. For example, you have Ministry of Internal Affairs or Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I mean, sub offices across that world. But do they offer wedding certificates there? No, you got to come to Moravia for it. Do they offer passports there? No, you got to come to Moravia for it. Do they offer national identification cards there? No, you got to come to town for it. That's the thing I'm talking about. You have the sub office charged them with responsibility to process it. But you can have people somewhere you giving them, I mean, the equipment to get it work done closer. That's my point.
We getting there. Right, thank you.
Let's move forward. I respect that.
I believe we are getting there, I believe we are getting there. But how slowly are we getting there? Because we're losing so many lives, The level of laziness with our leaders is just, the people that are lazy, they have the opportunity to do it. When we're talking about, for example, listening to our lawmaker, Yeke Koluba, just going in, talking about how he's been fighting for safety and the government not providing him safety. He's going to murder anyone who comes to him, all kinds of things. These are how our lawmakers, that's what they put their energy towards, But someone like Yeke Koluba should be talking to the Liberian people about the accident that happened. How can this accident not happen? How can we avoid such incidents? So to me, if we are putting these, these buildings or entities or facilities, whatever we call it, you say the people are aware, but when the people go to that building, number one, are they being taken care of? Is there a seriousness when they go to the building? Are they being respected as Liberian citizens? Where they got all the paperwork, everything that I need, all the information. If I have a question, someone there to answer me. And those things are not available. So I just feel like it takes money. And the Liberian government, especially the lawmaking sector, all the little city commissioners, they need to get to work. You need to tell the Liberian people what you got, what rules you're not bring, why you're not bring these rules, how important these rules are to them, and make sure that they will abide by it. Something we don't do in our country, accountability. We need to hold our citizens accountable. You said something, Isaac. You said we don't listen. It's true. It's really true. It is like a challenge. Not only Liberia, but Africa per se is a challenge. Because a lot of times the government can establish things, but we're not used to it. It's not there often. So we don't even care for it. We rather still do what we've been doing. But it is the government's job to make sure the people understand what they are doing. It's your job. So if the people don't understand, you need to figure out, how can I get my citizens to understand what I'm giving to them? How can I get my citizens to see the importance of what I'm bringing to them? It only happens when you have leaders that genuinely care about the people. because they want the people to be safe. So they will tell them, it's like your teacher. You don't know how to read. Your teacher will not just tell you, well, I got the books there, so and I show you the books right there. If you don't want to read, no, your teacher will make sure that they are teaching you because they want you to learn. The same thing with Liberia. Our country, we got a lot of illiterate people. That's just what it is. So our government needs to put in more time, more effort, more money into giving information to our people. Make sure you're reaching the people's level so they can understand what you are bringing to them. It's their job. You can't say that Liberian people don't listen. So no, you have to make sure that they are getting the information. It's their job.
Okay. Okay, I got you on that. And you are saying something like government should look at some political leaders should look at the current issue that recently happened, the accident issue on how this thing was. But I would say this, some of them reached to a saying that it was due to the preparation of the road, the constructing of the road. People are still working on the road. There are some issues that caused the accident. So what do you think of that? Because if you look at a rehab road from rehab going to Rabat International Airport, coming to EFWA side there, they are still working on it. It's just like the one from Raleigh to EFWA, they have complete little bit, but they are still having little passing up. So the people are still working on this road. And if cars are passing on this road while the people are working, that the special place that car is passing, and that place that car is passing is not well safe that car will just move easily, or if you just go and pass the regular road was still standing and things. So I see that. I don't know what do you guys think if that was some reason the truck ran into the KK.
So Isaac, my question is on that. Or this is terrible. I mean, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, DJ Price. I'm so sorry, Jatumo and Isaac. I'm so sorry. Where are those construction workers actually construction workers that are doing the road, or is that Bobby and Joe down the road doing the road?
So that's another good concern you are raised. The company that got a contract even up to now, people keep arguing that group, I know that channel, but I guess I didn't name it. I know Chico or Sico. I mean, people have complained over time that the requisite equipment and standards to get a road done. Because now the road I want to build, that's a very huge project around that Ralphie Road. In our Liberians, we call it 4 lane, but it's not actually 4 lane. It's why you call 2 lane down there. It's almost like you have 2 driveway this way and another 2 coming this way. It's going to be so far one of the biggest around town. But now the guys be doing that work with local machines. I mean, you don't even see the kind of seriousness that they be applying there. Even around Ralphie Road, sometimes you see drainage, you see serious waterway issues happening there because they just open one side, they left the place muddy, and when the rain comes in, it causes some problems. So there are Liberians there, there are Chinese mixed, but on the average, you see more Liberians than the Chinese workers there. And some of them, they are skilled too in doing the work, and they need to be fast in facing the main places people pass. But like as I said, I want to agree partially that the road issue influenced that accident too. Because when they are doing the road, they get to one lane. But here's the thing, people already do over speeding. Then you have many people pass to small space at the same time, and it causes problems. So I think now they need to be alerting people along that way, putting some cones, drills, and things that reminding people that, hey, this side is close. Because someone may be coming from the Magibi route, because around road, you move from way higher, Magibi, you come and end up Maserado. Someone may not know the work condition at that point, whether they have stopped that place, and it may cause problem too. It's very congested now, like as you said, they are working on. I agree with that.
Yeah, for me, I feel like it's all about education. So, for example, because this is not the first accident, like Lizzie said, these things have been happening for a while now. So, let's say this accident that just took place. What would they do to make sure it's not reoccurring? I feel like, are they having a meeting maybe with the, let's say the motorbike what you call it, union, the taxi union, are they having Are they having an education with them where they are telling them, oh, you're sorry, guys. Leroy, are they having education where they are telling these guys the meaning of the what you call it, the colors, right? Like maybe yellow means this, red means stop. Because if you see construction going on and the lane turns into one, usually it means slow down. The lane turning into one, but again, it will take drivers that went to school, got their driver license, understood, before they can. So, oh, Leroy. So the whole process to me is like we need to follow the steps. We cannot jump over it, So we need to take the driving sector seriously. People should not be driving in the streets if they don't have license, People need to stop driving to get license, number one. Number two, we need to start having awareness with these drivers. Maybe there got to be like a meeting, frequent meeting with them, frequent education, telling them the different colors. If you see yellow on the road, slow down. If you see orange, maybe. Because I feel like, number one, the majority of our people are not educated. So that what are they reading when you put the signs on the road? Can they read? Are they understanding the signs? So there are so many factors to me that lead into our accidents in Liberia, and I don't see them trying to fix it. Yes, we are fixing the roads, but we can't fix the roads and not tell the people how to follow the rules that will keep them safe. So what are we doing? We need to be efficient. Lack of efficient leaders is what's going on. The leaders not efficient. They only know how to do one thing. They can do all. We're looking for leaders that know their job. When you come there, know what you're doing. How to keep Liberian people safe. Know how to give Liberian people information. You should know your job before you take the position. But our people don't know their position. They're just taking, they are just giving free jobs and getting paid. So when they get there, nothing changes. With all of the accidents that have happened, that by now there should have been something,
Let me hold you there. You are talking about government teaching all these type of things. It's not government work or responsibility to call on things that say, oh, driver, you can't so the place, you all know the meaning of this, you all know the meaning of this. The only thing government have authority over is to penalize those people that doesn't go by those rules. Because we know as a driver, before you come on our road, in your school, you are taught about driving. You should be able to tell police or anyone about this rule, because in your driving school, they will tell you everything about driving, all these rules. So you don't need to come on the street again. You're not telling me say you graduate from driving school, I teach you all that thing, then you can't again on the road. Then you not know that thing.
No. I disagree with you on that. Yeah, I'm watching a person graduate from driving school, but learning is a continual process. Even those who work at their workplaces, they still have morning drills and ceremony that they perform there. Before you enter some places, some offices, they do safety induction. Once you're doing anything that have to do with rigs, even doctors
but it's not the signs on the road that drivers need to know. The signs on the road drivers need to know doesn't change. It's always in a book, in places that you are taught. So I haven't seen that where driver coming on the road, police seeing and say that police will tell them, say, you're not seeing that sign mean that one. Even me, at the time I wasn't driving along the way, like I knew the meaning of red, green, and orange, that street light. I knew it. So that is not like frequent the government should be teaching people about it. If you say you are well lesson drive.
No. Isaac, we are not talking about government opening classroom. If there was no room for mistake, then there would be nobody called police. But it is true, and it is certain that they know that we are human beings, and to some extent we make mistakes. Anyone can be remanded. Someone see you over speeding, Someone see you not driving in line with the traffic rules. Should they say you graduate from driving school, so you shouldn't be remanded? So what if at that point you are under the influence of something like alcohol or drugs that is causing you to not ride in adherence with traffic rule? They should stop you, they should remind you, they should check you, and they should test you. Testing you in the sense that they want to know your state of mind. They are not saying you didn't graduate from driving school, but also now ask you, sir, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Are you aware of the consequence of riding at this speed as so and so limit? Yes, I'm aware it causes this, cause that. Then they tell you go back, continue. Because you are cognizant of the harm associated with what you are doing then. So police is a teacher for every one of us. We are aware of crime is a bad thing, but yet we commit crime. So it is not bad for digital finance to say they have to keep reminding people, they got to keep teaching people. Police officers go on the radio sometimes. The traffic unit at the Liberia National Police, they go on ERBC sometimes, they go to discuss traffic issues. Why do you think they go there? Because they know the driver be driving home, listening to the radio, and they remind them of some of the same traffic etiquettes that they learn at school. So everyone is open to learning. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and me, when I say the government, I'm just talking about, for example, the ministry, the different ministries, Ministry of Transportation. President Weah is responsible to give us the Minister of Transportation, So I feel like those entities are run by the government. So the Ministry of Transportation is a ministry that get taxes, they also get fundings. So the funds that they are receiving, they need to implement it and try to teach Liberian people, like just raise more awareness. I'm not saying government will open school or anything like that, but it's the government's job to make sure that those things are there for the people. So Ministry of Transportation, they need to be strict on the driving rules. They need to be more strict when people come in to get license, the age group that getting license, the time frame. Are they really getting their license? Can these people drive? Are they capable of following the rules? There are so many things we got to be sure of. So I just feel like Ministry of Transportation needs to get on it. They need to get on it. But yeah, we can dive into our next topic because we are behind time. So our next topic, I know we will be talking about something when it comes to our voting process. So I will leave it up to Isaac
the blogger.
Okay, everyone following Pepper Chair Show, thanks for following at this point. Like, the voter registration is currently going in Liberia, and I'm encouraging everyone that reached the age of 18. If you are born 2005 up to now, like, you can get your voter card at any place that you are doing this registration. But in this situation, we are getting many feedback from people, from entities, and even the NEC. Yeah, the National Election Commission, we are getting some report, and so the National Election Commission are asking the government right now, like, what they should do with this individual that think they can beat the system down to have 3 to 4 voter card at the same time. What they should do, because today they grab about 5+ people into that same habit. They register into the district, they go to different district and register in that district, then they go to different district to register. They are not registering to choose the right person. They are registering because the greed of money, because the other district aspirant that is running for representative will say, okay, thanks for sharing. Everyone following the show, you can see that picture on the screen. The other district representative aspirant that is running will say, okay, if you register and get your voter card in my district, you come and show it to me, I will give you 1,000. Then you hear another person, another district say, if you do the same thing, I will give you $30. Because of money greed, many of our young people into the country right now, they are doing this thing to get money for their voter card. They are not doing it to change, to bring new change, to decide for themselves what they are saying that is wrong, to change. They are doing it because of money.
So right now, Isaac, what we're looking at here is this man using the same, is it the same guy with two different voters cards?
Yeah. Right now, what we are seeing here is sure. Yeah, sure. Like, you know how the picture everyone following Pepper Churchill, if you take a kilo of the picture right now, what this guy did is like he changed his name. He changed his name to
Yeah,
another
because
place.
over here his name is Zadia Elijah.
Yeah, so that's the stuff he did. He went to different center and changed his name, but same picture. He went to another center, changed his name, but same picture. That's how he grabbing.
So how he
Because
getting away? How people getting away with this? Is it the lack of fingerprinting? What is it?
like what you talking about? Can you clarify that?
I'm trying to figure out how can he register in two separate districts. So when it's time to register, what information are they asking for that you can, because I'm trying to figure out over here, you have to be a citizen, right? So you got your social security number and all that stuff. If you put it there, they will know if you're a citizen or not, if you can register to vote or not. And automatically, if you are not a citizen, your vote will not count. They will, your ballot will not be put in there because you're not a citizen, you're not supposed to vote. So in Liberia, is there a number or how do they determine that this person already now votes?
Okay, it's not like
so can I speak to that?
Okay, go quickly, Chutumu.
Yeah, so firstly, let me say that biometric it is first of a kind this year that we are going to have the kind of voting card you are over the DJ Finance, the computerized voting card, and where fingerprints will be taken like this year. Usually, we just to do our common thing where just normal ID card. Like if you ever attended school in Liberia during the elementary day, that kind of plastic like things where they do, they just write on people. That's what they've been issuing here. But this year, for every year, people try to complain on the issue of electoral fraud, where people do multiple registration in the case of Zadia, Elijah, Zadia, maybe. Yeah, it happens. So this year, the government have through the National Election Commission, they brought about the issue of biometric report. Biometric identification cards where your fingerprints will be taken. And being aware of the fact that fingerprint will not be taken, the guys now have no alternative now in their fraud but to change last name. However, they are not aware of the fact that the biometric thumbprint registration go all across. This is why they are doing it per county. They are not rushing it. Once the system is working, it must rather you leave from Pinsville, you go Cinco, and you register your thumbprint, be recorded. It will take time, but on the second attempt, they will catch you. All systems get your own weakness. It will take time for them to detect it, but it won't happen more than twice. They will catch you, whether you change last name or not. That's the kind of space that.
But this guy, they got self funny. Look at take a kilo of this. See what he did. The same age 10, 1968, 1968.
He wanted to make sure nobody messing with age.
yeah. He wanted to play smart on the NEC, but thank God the people grabbing him.
Thank God they caught him. In a way, I want to applaud this government for this. Right? I want to applaud this government for this because I feel like, just we need to take our processing seriously. Voting helps you to know the century of your country, your citizens. Voting also helps you to know the different age group in your country, so the voting process is not just voting, it's also a process that helping us to know the type of citizens that we have. So we need to take it seriously. So I applaud this government for bringing, the biometric, making sure that our Liberian people understand that voting is not to play with. We got to vote and we got to be fair.
So why do you think before Malisi come in? Let me ask you this general question. What do you guys think about this new process of voter registration, the new sample of it? Because when they started newly, citizens were complaining like there's so much delay, and some citizens are flowing into the community say the government won't do this for people to not vote. The government won't do this for individuals that people that they want for them to vote. Like why they bringing the new strategies up, like why they delaying this, the queue is long. So what do you guys think about this new situation, this new idea that the NEC brought?
But let me just ask the question here. Now the handcuffs here, they put it on the people.
Handcuff?
Where?
They tie both of them together, just make it easy.
Yeah.
I love that.
So Isaac, let me just answer
a good one right there.
The question so Malizi can come in. You know,
All
anything
right.
that is strange.
Okay.
That is very strange to any country. You always have people, you know, spreading some misinformation about it.
Yeah.
Biometric is something that for the very first time, and to some extent, the awareness slow have been very slow. You know,
Okay.
many people are, and people say they're even trying to make it digital because they want to use computer to, you know, to all that kind of things. You know, some people are even saying that if the thumbprint is not also safe, I mean, it will be used to transfer sicknesses. You know, you always have misinformation regarding what a man don't know. He will say about it. But to some extent, I think this is a system we can trust, and people are actually watching it. Observers are there. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to go ahead.
I think so too. I think this process is very safe, you know, and it's just about educating our people more and more on why it's important. But I believe this will really change the dynamics. It will change the face of our voting process in Liberia, you know, and it is more relatable to the younger generation, you know. The young people can relate to it because it will be easier for them to get their voters registration card than what they used to, you know, go through before. So for me, I think it's a great process. It's a great program. And it's just about raising more awareness for Liberians to understand that this is good for you guys, you know, voting, it needs to be fair. We need to make sure that one vote per person, you know. So anything that has to eliminate or decrease corruption, I'm for it. So this right here will definitely eliminate and decrease corruption when it comes to NEC, National Election Committee. So I'm all for it. We just need to raise more awareness so Liberians can understand the need of it.
Okay, I stole your statement for today because tomorrow or after the election, I don't want for you to come by again and say the system was weak and thing. So I said that.
Only one thing so far I recommend. The same thumbprint that we are doing for registration, they bring the same machine during the time of election. Because mind you, Zadia Smith was caught, but Peter Paul is still on the run somewhere. And he will, and mind you, he might not be caught immediately. The Zadia who was bad lucky. So we got to bring the machine to catch some of them with the education time. During voting time. Oh yeah. Because somebody went free already, they have 2 or 3 cards and they are waiting to come and vote. So we need to bring the same machine during the time of the voting. Man, Lizzie, you are welcome.
So that picture, Isaac, that you did post, that Kona just posted on there of the t-shirts tied, I'm so sorry for laughing. That is hilarious.
Yeah, that is so follow.
That is hilarious. But back to reality, the cards, the NEC voter card, I think that's awesome. In America, I know in Oregon, the way we vote is a piece of paper. So to be able to have that card, that's really, I personally believe that's awesome. I think that's a really cool thing. I know people that have got their voter's card already. To shout out to all my people that have already got their cards. That's amazing. But now I got to put you, Isaac, the blogger, and Jatumu Escali in the hot seat. Have you guys got your voter card?
For me, I usually like to vote home. So they are doing the per county. I will be going to Pong for registration anytime soon when the process starts. So they are still working with most of it yet. I don't want to vote yet. I don't want to make a decision in this kind. I want to go and make a decision home and come back.
But I'm asking, do you have your voter's card? Like, do you have that yet?
No, I have my citizen card and I have my old voter card. But for the new one, the biometric, like I said, I don't want to register now because the registration yet to start in my county where I want to register. They are still dealing with Maserati.
Okay, that makes sense.
Don't already papi when it tell you I'm not come for you because I know you already in Maserati. You saw the food in Maserati. You saw the food in Maserati. You don't need to switch and go back all the way Bon County or some already not want you small things to go come back Bon County or something like that.
No, Isaac, not about that. You know, here is the whole thing. Be the change you want to see. There is certain change that we want to effect in our district, and only the numbers can make it happen. You understand? Yeah. I know now you want to remove what I lady need for your district, so I could go or whoever you're talking about yesterday. So only the numbers can help you pull. I mean, whoever you want to put there. So I believe in my county, I got to decide what is about my future. There are a lot of wrongs I see going on there.
Yes, there is power in numbers. There is power in numbers.
Yeah.
Yes. So Isaac, I gotta put you in the hot seat now. Have you got your voter's card?
Okay, like my photo card is on a processing, like it's processing.
I've been feeling well again. Why you call on a processing? I wanted.
No, why I say processing is because I do my own online. I do not have to go to a center on a long queue to go stand in a line thing. I take my personality big, like I learned that from my boss, I can say DJ Weezy said that you are doing his own online. So I went there and saw that link. I clicked on it and take my process back. So if they send me a Gmail back, if they send me a message in my Gmail, say go to the entity and pick your photo card, I will go there and pick it, or no need for me to go stand on house or anything. Yeah.
So Isaac, I would like you to definitely let the people know that there is a website that they can go to if they do not want to go and stand in line. That's something that I believe you should be sharing and letting people know, because I didn't know that, and I'm here and I've been telling people, go stand in that line. I'm sorry, go stand in the line. But now that you brought awareness, that's huge. That can help out a lot of people.
Okay, that's cool. Like everyone following Pepper Chair Show right now, thanks for joining, and this is an opportunity for you. If you have not get your photo card prepared yet, you can go on NEC website. You go to www.nec.com. You're gonna see a link on your webpage. You click on a link of registration. If you go there, you click on a link of registration. The step is just easy. If you've been using Android phone, you got on Facebook, YouTube, you know how to create your own account, Facebook account, YouTube account. You will definitely know that because it's sharp easy. You will see like put your first name, your last name, country of origin, like your mother first name, your father last name, your mother country of origin, like your resident county, just like that, simple things like that in line. So like right now, I will not like to teach you like straight out tutorial because I do not have some screenshot. I want to show you some pieces aspect of it, but I promise you in times to come, I will do that. I will prepare that on our next segment to show you it, because right now, if I try to say it in my mouth, like you are not seeing some picture of things that you have to know about it, like it will be difficult for you. So I will prepare that as soon as possible. But if you already know while I'm talking, you already know about Facebook, internet service, how to use it, you can go on nec.com, Liberia Election Commission net. You go there and do your process, everything. You put your Gmail, everything you have to do. After doing it, they're gonna allow you say so the time they will send you a message in your Gmail. Your resident that you put there, they're going to send you to that resident to go pick your photo card up. So that's much easier. You don't need to go stay in the sun for a couple of hours before you reach there, you take a picture, all that stuff. So that's the easy way you can do. But if you want to go stay in the long queue, you don't have to catch hard time like filling in information and make a mistake of going through that. Then you don't have to come to me tomorrow. You say, oh, the blocker has to send me that him can't get my card soon. But which one you decide to do, you can go there and do it. So that is super fast, easy.
Thank you, Isaac.
point of correction, the online registration doesn't guarantee a full registration. Whether you register online or not, you need to go back to the center. You only do your personal online. I'm coming as you do your personal details online, like your name, your age, your origin. I mean, just basic information. Then when you return now to the center, what you're going to do now is upon completing all of those information online at reg.nec.com, after doing all your information online, they will send you like an ID. Yeah. Then when you get to the registration center, you are just now going to the registrar, no longer to the clerk for basic information. You go down straight to the clerk, you go and give them that code. They will just go and check you and say, oh yes, we already got your details. So what you're going to do now is your fingerprint, they do your photo, and you follow the rest of the other process to get your card. But you will not stay home. You do all online, you say you will get it. You don't do biometric online.
Exactly. You need to go and do your biometric. Sorry, thanks for correcting me on that. That's 100. Sure.
Just to make the process easy, you have to do part of it online, then you get the rest done. So thank you for the information, Isaac.
Right. Wow. Well, that's great right there, Isaac. Thank you so much for breaking that down. Thank you guys for joining, the conversation today. I just love our topic. We have one more topic that we're going to get into, but because of time, we'll talk about it later. So I guess from my end, I think I have said everything I wanted to say today when it comes to our topic. So before we conclude, is there anything anyone want to share?
I just want to say shout out to everybody that's helping the community that tragic accident happened. We are all here for you guys too. Please, Liberia, remember those photos hurt others also. It hurts people. So remember that when you're taking those photos and posting them, that mom could have been working and that's the first thing they see. That is not okay. That's very, very devastating for many, many people. So you guys remember that, and you guys don't forget, go get your voting card. I want to see people voting. I want to see Liberia just keep growing, you guys. I believe in you guys there. So please keep it up. I love you guys. I miss you. And I'm so glad to be back. And I will definitely be seeing Liberia soon.
So in conclusion, I would just like to everyone following us, you got to go and get your voter registration card. That's your power. Your vote is your power. It gives you the right to make decisions very, very quickly pertaining your own future. And also, we'd like to say our deepest condolences to those that lost their family and loved ones in the recent tragic accident. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, and we hope that the good God counsel you during this time of bereavement. And I would also like to say those that are posting that kind of sensitive photo, like the one where you see the guy, struggling for a life in the fire, you got to take it down. There are a lot of trauma associated with family and loved ones seeing get it down from the internet. And also election violence. Let's say no to it. Anyone in district number 10 listening to me right now, we need to stand for peace. That we have been through a lot. Let our history inspire us to stand for the peace that we now cherish. Let's treasure our fragile peace and gravitate it to a genuine peace. Thank you for following Pepper Chair, and we love you all. Mwah.
Yeah, everyone following Pepper Chair Show, thanks for coming through. We're always here to give you what you deserve, information you need to learn, some basic aspect of our show that will be educative and inspiring, entertaining. That's why we are Pepper Chair right there. So we're gonna be here Wednesday. So you make sure you get your things set up, and I want to conclude in this way of sending my information to my own Liberian man. And let me talk here in Kolokwa. If you are in Liberia, you want to learn how to drive, do not go and say, oh, my man, you know how to drive. Let me learn a thing, but I will give you small thing. Then you go, after the person finish teaching, you go put your old Timo on the road, quick, you start driving. Go through the correct procedure, go to driving school for 2 months, get your documents set up, go to Ministry of Transport, get your lesson, everything set up that you can show to people that I'm a professional driver, I'm well licensed and things. Do not do behind the horse thing or what we call bloody thing. Do not go through that. Make sure you do that to save other people's life, because we don't know, if you are not professional, you are still learning, you go put down road, you don't know how to do something, you run into some things. We are not praying for it, but follow the direct information and procedure about that. So please take that into consideration as you go about that. We wish to see you a professional driver and well-licensed driver. So thanks for following Pepper Chair. I'm the blogger as a currently based in West Africa, Liberia.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much, guys. As you guys, our audience, you heard, today the stress is on safety. Drive safe in Liberia. Make sure that you understand your life depends, on you. You are more responsible for your life than anyone else. So don't depend on other drivers. There is something we call defensive driving. When you are driving, you have to look out. You always got to be looking out, because you just never know how other drivers are driving. So we got to be careful when we're driving. Don't drink and drive. Go through DEQ before you put your cars on the roads. Make sure that they are safe, the brakes, everything working. Let us do whatever we can to keep our life, to protect ourselves. And again, when we're taking pictures of these accidents, we need to be cautious, because everything you do, there is an effect. It's affecting someone. So maybe to you're posting the picture because you see the picture, but guess what? That mother, that husband, that wife, that sibling, whoever, seeing their family member like that is so devastating. So I think we just need to be cautious and try to put ourselves in other people's shoes before we go on posting these pictures. So thank you guys so much to our audience.
And before closing up quickly, let me let everyone in Liberia know that tomorrow we have an important match to play, a big important match. I don't know how many years Liberia have not been qualified to the African Cup of Nations. So tomorrow, Liberia going to be playing South Africa, return leg, because we make a historic draw in Johannesburg. So that is the return leg at the SKT. If you haven't get your ticket, you can purchase your ticket tomorrow soon in the morning, because the game going to be 4 p.m. Liberia time. Go SKT support Liberia. Let's make noise for our players to win the game, so we can qualify for 2024 African Cup of Nations. So we wish our national team luck tomorrow.
Woo, woo. Go LRB.
So those are following far away. If you are out of Liberia, you can follow Intel Sport tomorrow. Follow Intel Sport. Intel Sport is spelled online as RNTELSPORT. They are via Facebook. Also follow KMTV Liberia. Also, you can follow RNTV channel 9 tomorrow. RNTV will be bringing it live. So hope to see you. There, go and share Mama Liberia. Thank you.
Hey, y'all, thank you. Now we love you guys. We'll see you guys on
Wednesday.
And Sunday. We have some guests this week, so I'm excited. So guys, just stay tuned. Love you, and don't be a stranger to Pepper Chair.
Yes. Bye, guys.
Bye.